Before there were gods, before there were universes, and before there was even time itself, something existed in the vast silence of the void. From that emptiness, concept became consciousness, and consciousness became creation. Out of this primal spark emerged two unfathomable entities, the Fulcrum and the One Above All. The Fulcrum stands as one of Marvel's most mysterious beings. It is not a ruler, nor a destroyer. It is balance incarnate, the equilibrium that maintains existence itself. Often associated with the celestials, the eternals, and the very essence of judgment, the Fulcrum's true nature remains hidden behind layers of cosmic symbolism. Some say the Fulcrum is the voice that guides the celestials' purpose. Others claim it's the very consciousness of the Marvel Multiverse, the impartial observer ensuring everything functions as intended. On the other side of creation stands the One Above All, the supreme architect of the Marvel Omniverse. The being who exists beyond the laws of time, space, and reality. Every universe, every god, every story, all are born from its will. The One Above All is not a being you fight. It is the infinite author, the embodiment of creation itself. When the Fulcrum acts, the One Above All creates. But that brings us to the paradox. If both exist at the highest level, are they rivals, reflections, or simply two sides of the same infinite coin? Defining omnipotence, who truly holds absolute power? To understand the difference between these two supreme forces, we first have to define what omnipotence truly means. In simple terms, omnipotence is infinite power, the ability to do anything, to create and destroy without limit. But in the Marvel hierarchy, omnipotence takes many shapes. The Fulcrum represents functional omnipotence. It is the mechanism through which creation maintains order. It isn't necessarily concerned with morality or chaos. Instead, it ensures that balance exists across realities. The Fulcrum interacts with the celestials, possibly serving as their master, and even holds power over entities like death, oblivion, and eternity. Its role is to observe, to arbitrate, and to decide what remains and what must fade. Meanwhile, the One Above All embodies absolute omnipotence. It is the direct representation of Marvel's creator, both in universe and beyond it. The One Above All can alter stories, rewrite destinies, and even erase its own existence if it so chooses. It is omnipresent, omniscient, and limitless. The Fulcrum acts within the Marvel framework, while the One Above All defines the framework itself. If we compare their roles to a grand story, the Fulcrum would be the editor, maintaining structure and balance, while the One Above All is the author, creating meaning and existence itself. Both are essential, one manages, the other imagines. The hypothetical clash, when creation faces its creator. Now, imagine what would happen if the Fulcrum and the One Above All ever collided, not in physical battle, but in conceptual warfare. A confrontation between such beings cannot be measured in punches or energy blasts. Their fight would exist beyond physics, beyond time, beyond anything mortals or even gods could comprehend. It would be a war of existence versus essence. If the Fulcrum were to challenge the One Above All, it wouldn't be about power. It would be about purpose. The Fulcrum might represent the system, the rules that keep creation from collapsing into chaos. The One Above All, on the other hand, represents the freedom to transcend rules, the infinite imagination that gives life to all stories. In such a battle, entire realities would blink in and out of existence like sparks. Concepts such as truth, logic, and destiny would become weapons. One could unmake galaxies by thought alone. Another could reshape the meaning of existence itself. But here's the real question: could either of them actually win? If the Fulcrum destroyed the One Above All, the very fabric of creation would vanish. If the One Above All erased the Fulcrum, the system that holds existence together would crumble. In essence, their clash would not end with a victor, it would end with nothingness. This isn't a fight of destruction. It's the confrontation of necessity and imagination, balance and creation, the observer and the author. Beyond power, the philosophy of divine existence. What makes this rivalry so fascinating isn't just the scale of power, it's the meaning behind it. Both the Fulcrum and the One Above All are reflections of ideas far bigger than any superhero or villain. They symbolize the two fundamental aspects of storytelling itself. The Fulcrum represents order, reason, and structure. It is the manifestation of rules, the assurance that everything has a purpose. It's the part of the universe that says, everything must have balance. Without it, chaos would consume all that exists. The One Above All represents creativity, freedom, and infinite imagination. It's the spark of inspiration that transcends all limits. The One Above All doesn't just create, it dreams. It is the embodiment of Marvel's creative soul, where writers, readers, and characters all connect through the shared idea of storytelling. When seen from this lens, the two aren't enemies. They're philosophical complements. The Fulcrum maintains what the One Above All imagines. One provides the laws of reality, the other provides the reasons for those laws to exist. This duality mirrors the human condition itself, the struggle between structure and freedom, between faith and logic, between understanding the universe and creating meaning within it. So perhaps their existence isn't about conflict at all, but about cooperation. The verdict: two faces of the same God. After examining their origins, powers, and meanings, we reach the inevitable question: who wins? The truth is, there is no definitive winner, because neither can exist without the other. The Fulcrum and the One Above All are not rivals in the traditional sense. They are reflections, two aspects of the same infinite consciousness. The Fulcrum is how the Marvel Omniverse functions. The One Above All is why it exists. If we think of the Marvel Universe as a living story, then the One Above All is the writer, and the Fulcrum is the voice that reads it aloud, ensuring every line, every moment, and every action fulfills its purpose. One is creation. The other is meaning. Together, they form the complete concept of divinity. The real victory here lies not in dominance, but in harmony. Without imagination, order is lifeless. Without order, imagination is chaos. So the answer isn't about who wins, it's about how they coexist as the ultimate embodiment of creation itself. Marvel, in its most profound sense, doesn't give us a hierarchy of gods. It gives us a mirror. A mirror that shows us that even infinite beings require balance. That even creation needs purpose. And that even the divine has two faces, one to imagine and one to understand. So in the end, the Fulcrum and the One Above All are not two beings. They are one truth, the eternal balance of all creation. And that is the final revelation. In the grand theater of existence, there are no victors among gods, only the echo of creation itself. The Fulcrum and the One Above All, two faces of Marvel's God, forever intertwined. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.